Hello and welcome to another episode of Marla Plays. I'm Manuel.
I am Perla.
And we're gonna keep playing Cooking Companions. Everybody's starving.
Oh, just one little funny moment we had right now while recording. We took a little break, and then my in-laws were asking about where the crock pot is. So I showed them where it was, and then Manuel's dad says, "Oh, we want the crock pot so that we can cook the meat Perla asked for, so that it's more like tender." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." And the moment Manuel and I came back into the room, and I was like, I don't know what meat they're talking about. I don't remember asking them to buy any sort of meat. And I'm like getting a little freaked out that we're doing a cooking show thing that we might have to eat human meat. Is that the mystery meat your dad bought?
I don't know. Okay. Let's keep it going. Let's see what's gonna happen. You decide to check out the drawer again. Oh, speaking of the chumpettes.
Ah!
Oh, okay.
Chomp one.
You ask Potato where the others are. They'll be back. They wanted to explore the labyrinth of tunnels around the cabin.
What?
Surely you've seen the mouse holes before, right? They connect all over the cabin. Must have been some mouse that created them, or something worse. Anyways, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Things are going to get worse from here on out.
The fuck?
You have a feeling Potato's telling the truth. You realize some drool is leaking out of your mouth.
Tony Potato!
Disgusting. Don't even try to eat me. You'd just get deathly sick if you tried. And from the look of you, you need to retain all the water you can. From rationing to cooking, you've failed every common sense measure for basic survival this week. You knew something like this would happen, right? Never mind. With floodwaters rising and no food now, I think it'd be a great time to go over the fundamentals of starvation with you. When experiencing starvation, there are 4 factors that will determine if you live or die. Age, height, weight, and your degree of activity or inactivity.
Tiger's going first.
You've been especially lazy, so I think you'll survive a little longer than the others. The Harris-Benedict equation can help you figure out how many calories you need to simply maintain your current weight. The equation produces a number called the basal metabolic rate, or BMR. Stay with me here. This is the equation right here.
655 plus 4.35 in weight in pounds plus 4.7 times height in inches minus 4.7 times 8 in years. Got it?
Got it?
Nope.
For fun, let's try it out on someone here. Mariah. Using Harris-Benedict, she looks like she's 120 pounds.
Oh my god, thank you. I'm so skinny.
About 5 feet, 5 inches tall. About 20 years old. Crunching the numbers, I think she'd need about 1,388 calories daily. But that's being abnormally stationary. She'd have to lay in bed all day and night, just eating, breathing, and using her brain. Not very common when you're starving to death. People tend to get up more. If she was being very active, let's say swimming through floodwaters, we need to multiply that amount of calories by 1.9. So now she needs 2,638 calories per day. That's quite the difference, especially if you didn't ration your food properly.
When did this potato become a scientist?
Which you didn't.
Bitch!
I guess that wraps up our first survival lesson.
I will turn you into fries.
Sticking in a stew. I'm sticking a stew. Hopefully we'll never have to speak again.
Yeah, because we're gonna eat you.
You shut the drawer. Going over the numbers again. Is his math right? I mean, he's just a potato. I don't know.
You were a famine. I
don't think any of us can take this much longer. Gregor's voice starts to crack. I don't want to ask this, but it's time.
To eat the squirrel.
One of us needs to go outside and search for food.
There's food right here.
There's not. Everyone is silent.
I'll go. She's very suicidal.
Mariah!
I used to swim all the time near my house. So I probably have the best chance of swimming through floodwaters.
No! Let me go instead.
You have no upper body strength. You won't get very far. You're blind as a mole rat.
You won't get very far if anything happens to your glasses, Natalie.
You're blind as a mole rat, remember?
That's true, but... Little guy, let me go. Gregor,
Sounds good to me. Karen! His arms are definitely the longest, so he's probably the best at climbing trees out of all of us.
Yeah, my arms. That's why.
No, that wouldn't be right. Gregor, let me go instead.
I get that none of these options are good ones, but we need to find food or help. Gregor grabs a branch from the woodpile. He cuts it into different measurements.
Oh, no.
Since we can't come to a consensus, let's draw for it. We'll each pick one from my hand. And the shortest will go outside to search for food.
Draw straws, but wood.
You're not worried about drawing. You saw Gregor cut the branch lengths, so you can tell which one is the biggest of the bunch. You pick it. You watch the others intently. Will it be Gregor? A Natalie? Karin? Will it be
Alright. Looks like I've got the shortest. No, my love!
Mariah!
I worked too hard on you! I have 3 hearts!
Mariah.
It's okay. Paleteros outside. She looks sexier. Why does she look sexier?
Because she's gonna die.
So I'll know what to look out for because she's gonna be foraging.
Just swim until you find higher ground, then scout the area.
The potato knew. Maybe you'll find a fish out there. The potato knew.
Everyone looks heartbroken.
Karin, you're a bitch. And Natalie, you're a smuck. Gregor, fuck you. I'll keep us alive. I promise.
She promised. Everyone watches.
She didn't pinky swear though.
Everyone watches as Mariah leaves the cabin. The silence is deafening.
Goodbye. I'll name my first kid after you.
The door shuts behind her. You can faintly hear her yell about how cold the water is, and then silence. Mariah has left the cabin.
I'm sure we'll see her again.
The rest of the group nods.
We put so much time into her.
Everyone stays up, waiting and waiting. The sun is completely set. One by one, each person quietly shuffles off to bed. You get ready for bed and easily pass out. You have a strange dream. The 2 women in front of you could be twins. One of them you recognize, the other is a guest. You ask the guest to sit on a shovel, and then you try pushing it into the oven. Her legs are so strong you can't get her into the oven.
Ooh,
You curse at
like
her
they-
repeatedly.
Oof.
Like this, you hiss. You stretch out your legs until your toes are almost sticking in the coals.
They push
You feel 4 hands on your shoulders and both of them push you in. The familiar smell of smoke and burning hair causes you to throw up on the embers. You can't let it end like this. You rip the metal door off the oven, tearing through the wood logs of the cabin. Screaming, you chase the 2 through the woods, your burns chill with the wind. The guest looks behind her and her eyes widen when she sees you. She's terrified. Your
As
fury...
you should be. I just survived fire.
Your fury rips trees out by the roots, soil from the ground, rocks from their pits. You've never been this angry in your entire life. Their stamina can't last forever. You're gaining on them. As you trample through a field of wheat, the guest throws a piece of cloth behind her. You catch the glint of it in the sun, golden. As if by magic, the earth splits in front of you, creating a chasm of fire below. You fall into the pit, screaming as your eyes begin to sizzle from the heat. Hellfire fills your lungs. You're unable to scream anymore. You
You're
wake in a
hell.
cold sweat.
Ah! Wait, I didn't even see what that was. What the fuck was that? I wanted to enjoy the art.
Oh, you'll
I
see it. I can show you later on. Okay.
Yeah, they're all crying. Oh, Natalie's crying.
Good morning. Do you think she made it to higher ground? I believe in Mariah.
Me too.
She'll be fine.
She won't be
Right,
coming
little guy?
around the mountain when she comes. She won't be coming around the mountain when she comes. So what do? Just wait?
Karin,
How long? It's been almost a day since she left. Fuck.
And Natalie and Gregor look nervous.
Someone needs to go look for her. And we lose another one.
We need to wait, Karin.
Wait for what? To die.
The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now.
So it could be days before she gets back? What are we supposed to eat? Mice? Each other.
Karin, I'm sure Natalie will agree, but we'll discuss the next options when we get to it. Every waking thought is about food now. I never should have eaten that much.
I'm
Karin's hands are involuntarily shaking.
diabetic!
Gregor and Natalie just nod in agreement. They don't even need her to elaborate. You're sure Mariah will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to their areas. What do you want to do today?
Talk with Karin in the bedroom.
Alrighty, talk with Karin in the bedroom.
I mean, she has 2 hearts. Mariah had 3 and she left.
She had 4.
Ah, fuck, I forgot. You don't have to lie to me. I know Mariah's not coming back. It's like Santa. I don't know where she came up with her being the best swimmer. I guess the only one that would know would be Aunt Natalie. Last summer, Natalie would watch her swim from the shore. Creep. He could have been a lifeguard. Such a good swimmer. She never went under, but if she did, he would have pulled her out easily. Why didn't he go? Why would she lie about something like that?
Karin seems deep in thought. Maybe it's better to leave her alone. You close the door softly.
No heart.
No heart. I can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew.
Yeah, now you appreciate it?
Yeah.
I'll be fine with the bread and jam. There's no more bread.
I'd be fine with just the strawberries. Nobody laughs. I would kill for some vegetables right now. Like some trumpets that you keep talking about. You would too. I'm going to try to get some sleep.
Can't be hungry if you're sleeping. Good night.
Night. You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about desecrating a corpse.
What?
You wake in a cold sweat. In a completely different room.
Huh? Okay, no creepy image, I guess. Where the fuck are the trumpets? I need to cut them up. Okay, we're in the kitchen. Good morning.
Karin's looking worse. Will you cook for the group today?
Cook. I mean, I got no other choice, man. No free will here. Huh?
You take out a cutlet of meat and begin to cook it in the oven.
Where did we get this meat from? You cooked meat.
You cook meat.
Huh? Where did you get that?
You ignore Karin's question.
Am I the cannibal?
What's that smell? Gregor finally gets off the couch. Where did you... The 3 are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven, cutting it into small cutlets. They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing ferociously. You take a piece and immediately devour it.
Do you have any more of this?
You explain how the meat is stored securely, hidden, so you can ration better this time.
I understand.
Thank you. Natalie runs to the bathroom, puking into the toilet.
What?
You can hear him sobbing for a few minutes. This taste is...
Familiar?
Mariah-licious. Gregor wanders off, and Natalie returns looking choked up. I was too weak.
Left you some of the meat. Don't fight this, Natalie.
And Natalie takes a cutlet from the plate, turning his back to the group as he devours it.
We're eating Mariah.
You can hear him crying.
Mariah. Finally, my focus is coming back. I'm going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay?
Karin leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to?
And Natalie.
Natalie?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll give us confirmation that Mariah is dead. Or he cooked her.
You knocked on the door first. And Natalie, you slowly open the door. Thanks for checking in on me. You ask if he still feels sick. Not anymore. I think it was a mental thing. Please don't tell me where the meat came from. The less known, the better. You nod. Thank you. You're sure Natalie will remember that? Okay.
Okay, good. Nice. We are cannibal and a killer.
We're a cannibal and a killer. Yep. You leave Natalie and go tidy up some parts of the kitchen.
Gotta clean off the blood off the floor.
Hours pass. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. Eating will just make them hungrier.
Oh my god.
They're fine now, but soon they'll be begging for more.
That was her butt. We've waited long enough. What's for dinner?
You calmly explain that you want to ration the meat better this time and there will be no dinner.
Fine.
I understand. I guess I'd rather eat tomorrow than more today. No arguments? Perfect.
Perfect.
Great.
You're all my minions.
Everyone decides to call it an early night. You fall asleep instantly tonight.
And dream of what?
You have a strange dream. You're having dinner with a blacksmith, but he's not touching his food. The only light in the room comes from the oven. He clears his throat, stroking his beard. I can forge anything, he says.
Humans.
Your eye has been giving you issues lately, so you reply, forge me a new eye then. You laugh, but then the ropes come out. He ties you to the chair with a long rope to prevent you from struggling. You rip the rope apart without even trying, so the blacksmith uses a thicker rope.
The fuck?
No turning back now.
The fuck is this metaphor?
He takes the hot poker out of the coals. Holding it in front of his face, you can see his beard and eyes watching you. He slowly brings back the poker, aiming carefully for your eye, before plunging it through your skull with a sickening crunch. The force of the blow throws you backwards a few feet. You're unable to break the ropes. You vomit all over your chest as the smell of your decimated eye floods your nostrils.
Mom spaghetti.
The blacksmith stands over you, spitting on your body. You wake in a cold sweat.
I'm covered in spit. Ah, damn it, I didn't see it.
Day 9. I'm glad we survived so far. How you feeling? You liking this? You wake up to see Gregor looking out the window.
I guess we should talk to Gregor.
He turns to you, not smiling. Take a look out the window. Do you notice anything?
Still raining? Oh.
The floodwaters have receded a little bit, but everyone is still bound to the cabin. Well, there is some whispering. The trail used to be completely visible. It's gone now.
I can figure out where it is. I can move.
Good morning, big guy. Will Mariah make it back?
Nope. But she's with us.
This might sound a little crazy.
And our stomachs.
But every night around 2 a.m. I can hear her outside. She makes this awful gurgling noise like she's trying to get water out of her lungs. Have you heard her, Gregor? Sometimes when the rain gets faint, I think I can hear her whispering.
You fuckers betrayed me. I haven't heard anything like that.
When she's whispering, it's like she's trying to tell you something.
You ate me.
Right? Yes.
What the fuck was that? I sometimes hear her crying through the radio. Oh yeah, I forgot we have a radio. But that's just a broadcast. Alright!
I think we should have another piece of meat for breakfast.
God, I hate this. What the fuck?
One step closer to Mariah. It's what she would have wanted. What's gotten into you, Natalie?
Shut up, you did the same.
Do you need the Bible again? Natalie's eyes look at you begging. Bring us another slab, please. He clearly doesn't have the stomach for it. I can't get the taste out of my mouth. Oh, that's killing my throat. I actually have to stop like that. Please help me. What the fuck? Natalie. Gregor looks pained at Natalie's words.
I think he's right. Please, bring us more of that meat.
You grab some of the meat from your secret hiding place.
Oh my god.
You cut it into squares, adding it to the boiling cauldron water. It will taste bland without any seasoning, but you need to serve it up right away. What's taking so long? Boil it faster. Looks almost done. Patience.
They're turning into zombies.
It's finally finished. You serve the meat in bowls.
Okay, y'all look normal now.
Gregor drinks the broth first before swallowing the chunks whole, like a duck does when eating bread. Natalie creates ripples in the broth using the spoon. He isn't eating. I'm sorry about earlier, everyone. I don't know what overtook me. Mariah. And Natalie begins to weep. You look over at Karin. You didn't notice her even start to eat. There's just an empty bowl now.
They're ravenous.
Karin is staring right at you.
How much more meat is left?
You explain how most of it has gone bad. This is the last of
no
it.
No refrigeration. How can you be so careless again?
You remember Karin's knife. You need to think fast.
What the hell are we supposed to do now? Wait around again? The storm isn't ending.
You clear your throat.
Step.
And Natalie? Yes? I think tomorrow you should look for Mariah. Or forage for plants outside. I think you should go tomorrow, little guy. Nobody else can identify edible plants like you.
I can identify an edible plant right now.
Please, Natalie. You can swim back after a few hours.
Gregor is right, Natalie. Maybe you'll find Mariah out there.
I think Mariah's fine by herself.
Yeah, I don't want to join her.
He still hasn't accepted what happened yet. He doesn't need anyone's help. But we need your help, Natalie. That's right, Natalie. Please help us. Let me sleep on it, okay? No problem, little guy.
Like that plane crash that happened in the Andes. People ended up eating each other.
Mm-hmm. And they were right next to a Wendy's. It's a shame, really. Everyone shuffles off to their rooms, reading books and knitting to pass the time. You go to bed ravenous. Mariah.
The whispering.
Something is approaching.
Onion! Oh, what the fuck?
Hey! Oi!
Hey! Don't be a crybaby, it's just me. Again. Okay. Not going to be very sweet today. Oi. I'm worried about Natalie. He's going to cave to peer pressure. Can you stop him from leaving the cabin?
You don't answer Onion.
Please. Don't you trust me? No.
You shake your head.
Got a fun factoid for you.
Did you know that leaving out an unpeeled onion in your room absorbs bacteria?
Needed some water.
Yeah, it's okay.
It will help prevent colds and ward off viruses. Onion. That was a lie! The fun factoid of that myth, people actually believed it in the 1500s. How embarrassing.
Who would believe that?
There even was a doctor in 1919 who caused a surge of people believing it. Anyways, you know what smells like raw onion left in the room? You! It's been a while since your last bath. You guys have running water and you haven't bathed?
They don't have running water, I don't think so. You can't
I
remember.
said water wasn't an issue.
Because they're collecting the rainwater.
Could smell you before I even came into the room. Yikes! So, can you stop Natalie from leaving? I know he has cabin fever, but this is ridiculous.
It will be impossible to stop a grown man from leaving.
Please! We don't need another one stalking the hallways. Tapping on the windows. Crying through the radio. What the fuck?
You have the sudden urge to scream.
Why do you think I've been using the mouse holes to get around? Scared to death that I'll run into her. What the fuck? Don't make me tattle to cabbage about you. She can be mean as potato if you get her on the bad side. On her bad side. Just kidding, she's great. Anyways, stop talking again. When the time comes, just tell Natalie you care about him. I don't want him to leave. Even if it's for me, okay? You can trust me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to work on some new ice skates. They're made of butter slices, so I'll get skid around the frying pan tomorrow. Later. The fuck is going on?
Your mind finally manages to forget everything that happened. You fall asleep again, still ravenous. You enjoying yourself?
I'm so confused.
But you're enjoying yourself.
I guess.
You have a strange dream. A fox is collecting payment in your living room.
The fuck?
You despise him, so you put 2 dogs at the bottom of a sack, then add 6 chickens on top. The fox smiles at you and leaves. At some point in his journey, the fox will eventually open the sack, and the dogs tear the fox in half. Filled with such loathing for the fox, you gave him the only things you had for food, all of those chickens. As the snow piles up outside, you begin to eat whatever you can find. Pillowcases, candles, leather. One day you wake up and you have nothing left to eat. Absolutely nothing. Just an insatiable hunger.
Because they're zombies.
A few days later, you go mad and leave the cabin, completely ravenous. A nearby tree looks like charred meat. Your iron teeth cut through the tree bark, tearing your gums apart by the splinters. Your mouth fills quickly with blood. Days later, a deer gallops by. The first creature in the woods to see your corpse. You wake in a cold sweat. So, it's getting more intense.
Are we evil? Are we the baddie?
But we'll find out next time.
No.
Maybe. On Marla Plays.
Okay.
I've been Manuel.
I've been Perla. Stay safe, sane, and smiling.
And ravenous.
Bye.
Bye.